Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky, the Endurance Update. In our last update, we finally repaired our Starship systems. We even got to take off and fly to space. And we were contacted by a mysterious signal that we didn't respond to, we just listened. And they told us that we are not alone. They sent us these mysterious coordinates. Those coordinates led us to a brand new planet, and instead of being on a overheated, heat wall destroying your system planet, we're now on a radiated planet, which granted is still destroying our systems, but thankfully not as fast. And what we have just finished completing in our last mission was installing the terrain manipulator, which is what's going to allow us to mine for more, as I understand it, advanced materials. So now it's asking us to go and gather some copper. We scanned for some, and it was, I think, over 1,000, I guess, steps or units maybe away. And so that's where we're starting our episode today. Is we are going to try and gather up some copper and make it back to our ship in one piece. With it being so far, let's hope nothing wild happens on the way. Now, I think with this journey being so far away from where we are currently, and I don't really want to waste any launch fuel or anything like that on the way over, what I will go ahead and do is just cut to where we get close to the copper deposit and start mining things out. And of course, if anything interesting happens along the way, we'll make sure to bring you guys back in for it. Okay, it looks like we're coming up on a piece of damaged machinery on our way over to the copper deposit. I think the last time we saw these, we just got some nanites for it, so let's take a look at this and see what that's all about. Yeah, last time there was rusted junk, and now there's living slime. A heavy, oozing slime. It is moving gently as if it has a heartbeat of its own. Cool. Yeah, why not? Let's just take it. What could it hurt? And it looks like we got some more nanites for that. Okay, so that seems to be the mechanic with the damaged machinery. Now, whether or not these materials that we've picked up, the rusted junk or the that ooze that we just picked up, whether or not those prove to be useful materials, I guess we will have to wait and see. Okay, so it looks like we're coming up on the copper deposit now, which we can definitely visually see a difference between this rocky landscape and what looks to be the actual copper. I'm guessing this is part of that same deposit as well. So let's go ahead and switch over to the terrain manipulator with G. And let's go ahead and start gathering some copper. I think we only needed to gather 60 or so, but since we're here, as is the theme so far, I'm just going to gather, a good chunk of what's here. It was a pretty far run. It seems like we did a pretty decent job of clearing that out. Let's go ahead and charge up our radiation suit, and we'll clear out this copper deposit as well. While we gather up this copper, tell me how you guys are finding the game so far. We're about 2 episodes in here on this Let's Play, and I'd say, you know, compared to the last time that I really tried to put a lot of time into this, I'd say I like that there's a bit more of a guided story. I like that, you know, we're being introduced to these mechanics pretty early on, and the tutorial seems pretty solid. So far I'm definitely enjoying my time. I like the music as well, so that definitely helps things. But yeah, drop a comment on the video below. Let me know what you're thinking so far. Okay. That should do it for our copper needs. Now the tutorial looks like it's telling us we need to process the copper to create chromatic metal, and we're going to need to deploy a refiner from the build menu. I'm going to wait until we get back to our ship to do that. That way we've got the, you know, safety and comfort to recharge our environmental shield or our hazard suit. What is the exact name here? Yeah, the hazard protection. So just like before, I'm just going to go ahead and jog my way on back here, and I'll cut to when we get there. If there's anything interesting that happens along the way, I'll be sure to bring you guys in for it. On the way back over here, I was starting to notice that my oxygen was running a bit low. I was noticing there doesn't seem to be a lot of oxygen on this planet until this little green icon appeared on my compass, and I noticed this material here, so I went ahead and scanned it with the analysis visor, and it looks like the second element to this is oxygen. So super helpful. I was just about to make a comment on how this planet doesn't really seem to have the oxygen plants on it, or at least not one that I've seen. Starting to get a little bit nervous about that. Looks like we just accomplished a milestone. For setting out, we've traveled 8,000 U. Yep, my feet are certainly feeling that after that long run back, but here we are back at the ship. So with our radiation protection sitting pretty low, we're gonna pop in and charge that up real quick. Okay, and now that our shield is pretty much fully recharged, let's pop out and take a look at this refiner. I'll open up the build menu, and yes, it is the refiner that we already have. Cool, so let's go ahead and select that, deploy it down. Now let's interact. Now we're going to need chromatic metal, and it says we need to use copper. So let's find the copper that we just gathered, which is right here. Now it'd be nice if I could split this stack, and maybe we don't have to do all 519 of it, but if you hold down, oh no, you don't even have to hold. If you left click, it gives you the option to change the stack size. So let's go ahead and bump this down. Maybe we'll convert 69. That seems like the perfect number. Let's go ahead and drop in our fuel. And let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so I like how it's telling us this here next to the copper icon 2-to-1 ratio, it looks like. So yeah, for, you know, the copper that we put in, we're definitely not going to get 69 chromatic metal back out of it. So that's something to keep in mind when we're gathering. But yeah, let's go ahead and put these in our inventory. We'll exit out of here and let's access our build menu. And here's our base computer. Now, I'm not sure how portable this is, but I'm guessing maybe we can just plop it down right here. Register the land as your own, so we need to use the base computer. We also can move the terminal to choose a new site if we wish. Interesting. I mean, this site seems as good as any. Maybe we, let's do this. Let's deploy this maybe up here a little bit instead of stuck down in this little crevice. Now let's register this land. Searching the cartographic archives. I'm sure I'm still saying this word wrong. I need to look this up after we're done here. The Universal Archive search reveals no prior claims on this site. The sonar test confirms site is suitable for construction. Claim site. Yeah, let's do it. Looks like there's a base over there of some kind. Okay, now archives are available, so let's search those base computer archives. Accessing log from previous user. Entry 4925D. Now, as much as I've been picking up on the 492, we should also be picking up that this letter is changing as well. So A, B, C, D, so I'm assuming we're just following down the normal alphabet here. Storms sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans while need to back soon. Let's go ahead and extract those plans. Okay, so we've learned 7 different items, it looks like. Some walls and flooring, and a flora containment. 3 to be specific. Okay, hopefully all the notifications are finished there. Cool. So, constructing bases. Bases provide shelter from harsh planetary conditions, recharging your hazard protection, as we've seen when we hopped in our ship and hopped in that shelter pod on the first planet. As your base grows, it will grant access to many advanced technologies. Construct bases as shelter, expand, and return. Cool. So let's construct a shelter for protection. Build foundations from timber floor panels. So let's go ahead and access our build menu. And these are going to take carbon. Gotcha, okay. Now, where do we put this? Yeah, here. Here seems cool. And now we're going to need 3 timber walls. Ah, so snap. It snaps to the, I guess, to where this is. Okay. So we'll do one there, and one there. A radioactive supercell. That sounds great. Just in time, huh? So let's go ahead. Let's see, which is it asking us to build here? Build a roof. Do we want a rounded or a flat? Let's go rounded. That seems fun. And I'm just now noticing up at the top all the different controls you can use to kind of toggle the placements and change the colors even and rotate. Very cool. Okay. And now we need to build our door. Now I'm hitting escape to try and exit. Like, oof. Built this base just in time. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take shelter in our newly constructed, very elaborate, well-planned base. And we'll wait the storm out. I'll bring you guys in once the storm has passed. Okay, looks like the storm has now passed. We can get a great look at our little base. One thing I'm gonna need to change is this walk-up doesn't seem super smooth. So maybe we can get access to a ramp of some kind eventually. Maybe we can mold the terrain a little bit to help out. But overall, not looking too shabby for the first little construction here. So let's go ahead and check the base computer log now. Okay, accessing log from previous user. We now have additional archives recovered. Entry number 4925E follows. Construction largely a success. I'd have to agree. Recovered salvaged data from nearby plans logged. Scans indicate additional subterranean devices. Beginning search. Yeah, let's see those plans. Whoever recorded these logs evidently had some success. I have access to their plans, and perhaps I can learn from their efforts. Okay, so we've learned another new building part here. This is the Construction Research Unit, a portable blueprint research device. This field deployable research module allows the user to convert old or damaged technology modules into advanced construction blueprints. Interesting. So we're going to need magnetized ferrite and carbon nanotubes. So we earn new blueprints from this construction research unit. Okay. This will help us expand the base with advanced technology and large structures. Very cool. So the construction research unit requires magnetized ferrite. We are going to need to create magnetized ferrite in a refiner with ferrite dust. Okay. So where's my ship? Here it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up this refiner. And we're just going to move this nice and close to the base. Perfect. Magnetized ferrite. So we're going to need to put ferrite dust in the refiner, not pure ferrite. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. We have hopefully a good amount. Let's go ahead and put in our fuel. Now this looks like it's just going to output it straight to pure ferrite here. I didn't really get an option of what to change as a recipe. Let's just go ahead and convert this maybe and see what happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up our pure ferrite. And now we're probably going to put the pure ferrite in here. So maybe we could have just done that to begin with. That's okay. Yep, and this is going to create magnetized ferrite. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. Now this says it only needs 20. Let's maybe create 40, and then we'll stop the processing. Perfect. And let's go ahead and put that in our inventory. And now we're going to need carbon nanotubes. I think I may have enough carbon saved up. Awesome. And now we need to deploy the construction research unit. Now, is this an outside unit? Should we maybe add this to our base? Let's do that. Let's maybe add this right here in the corner. Awesome. And let's go ahead and interact with it. Analysis Unit Online. Diagnostic suggestion. Users should recover salvaged data from buried technology. Equip and utilize an analysis visor. Okay, so we have a couple of options here. Research buildable technology and research structures. Or leave... maybe we do the buildable technology first. Ah, okay. So here we get to see what looks like a technology tree. This is the core habitation tech. Okay, so we get to see this costs 2 salvage data in order to research, it seems, and then the required parts in order to make it are listed below. So we're not going to have any of this salvage data yet, at least I don't think. Let's see if we can... Ah, so here's timber structures, more salvage data, stone structures, alloy, and back to our core habitation tech. Okay, let's return. Since we're here, I'm just left clicking to kind of speed up that dialogue a bit. Let's see what the research structures is all about. Ah, okay. So it's just these other trees here. So this is the buildable technology. These are the... Okay, I'm following. Gotcha. Okay, so we need to explore the planet and locate buried technology. Recovered technology can be spent on new construction parts, and we need to use the analysis visor to locate that buried technology. Alright. Let's kind of step out here and do a scan. Cargo drop. Almost, not quite. Buried technology. Hey, that looks pretty good. And that's not too far away. So, this looks like a pretty decent stopping point for today. Right on time, we get the radiation protection warning. Awesome. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode for today, and next time that means we'll be heading out for the buried technology module and see what we can do with this construction research here. So thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to just drop a like. That helps me know that that you're liking what you see. And if you want to see more videos from me, make sure to tap that red subscribe button below the video. I will catch you guys next time. Later.